Banning oil and beefing up human rights. Joining us to talk about it all, Congresswoman Jackie Speier, Democrat from California, who serves on the House Armed Services Committee. Congresswoman, good to see you. You know, House Speaker Pelosi announcing today the House will vote on a number of measures, including its own oil ban outside of the president's, examine Russia's status in the WTO, and also updating a human rights bill. Can these really have a chance of impacting Putin and perhaps altering his course of action?
These are additional steps we've taken that will have a profound impact. The economic sanctions that have already been imposed have had the ruble drop to the lowest ever. It's less than a penny in value now. The oligarchs are starting to get concerned, some of them even trying to sell their properties in the U.S. before having them seized. As we continue to ratchet down, they're all feeling the pain. And then the question becomes, is Putin going to pay for more warfare, or is he going to pay the pensions for those Russians who are relying on money to be able to survive? All of this is important.
He will certainly feel that. And I've been struck, Congressman, by the politics of this. We're used to such divisive, bitterly divisive politics in Congress across the country. And Ukraine seems far away. A lot of people, couldn't find it on a map, might not have known about it. And yet, we're seeing these polls coming and showing that a majority, sometimes a very strong majority, back an oil ban, even if it means higher gas prices. One poll, 71%. It's hard to get 71% of Americans to agree. It's Tuesday. But I wonder about your constituents as they're facing, especially in California, these skyrocketing gas prices. What do you hear from them? Do you think they get it?
Well, there's no question that they're concerned about the price of gas. I paid $5.45 at our local gas station just last week. And for senior citizens, they're concerned about the pinch. But if you ask them overall, are you willing to pay a little bit more to help these Ukrainian mothers and children get over the border to safety? I think it's going to be unanimous. You've never seen so much cooperation between the Republicans and Democrats in Congress as you have in the last few weeks as it relates to Ukraine. There is a recognition that this is not just about Ukraine. This is about democracies across Europe falling, and the absolute requirement to push back on Putin, both economically and strategically.
All right, Congresswoman, you've been a longtime advocate for women's rights here in the U.S. I've interviewed you for decades on various issues, and we've interviewed you also on the women who are staying in Ukraine to take up arms and fight. We've been following the plight of 2 million refugees as well, who are largely women and children. You know, it's International Women's Day. We've got to talk about this. We should talk about it every day, actually, but today specifically. And tell me what you are doing to help lift up these women.
We are organizing speeches on the floor today because it is a travesty. It is an inhumanity that Putin has been allowed this kind of effort to undermine these families in Ukraine. So we feel very strongly that we need to speak up. I mean, this is a death march for some of these families as they cross Ukraine trying to get into Poland or Romania. And I feel very strongly that the president has to put a red line down that unless Putin creates a ceasefire opportunity for the hundreds of thousands, probably millions of Ukrainians who want to be able to get to safety, that will be a red line for us. We have got to do this for the Ukrainian people.
All right, well, Congressman, as we cover the waterfront here with you, you're introducing today, I guess, the SHIELD bill you call it. Tell us about that. I guess it's about this sharing of private photos that happens so often on social media. Revenge porn, it's sometimes called. So what does this bill do? And it seems, timely, since women are more often the victims of this kind of assault, this kind of crime. Well, tell us about this bill.
Thank you for asking about that particular legislation. I've introduced it now for a number of sessions in Congress. It's got bipartisan support in both houses, and it addresses the criminality of individuals who will post what are intimate photographs on the web without the consent of the individual. It has destroyed women's lives across the United States. I mean, 50% of them say they've contemplated suicide. 90% of them have been emotionally distraught by it. It has destroyed careers. We have to attach criminality to it so that we can put an end to it.
Congresswoman Jackie Speier, I always appreciate you joining us, hitting all the topics, especially on this day, lifting up women. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.